How you doing, fam? This is Chris Mizo here, and I have the PG34WCDM right here, and I've had it for about a month. So I'm going to tell you the score right off the bat, especially for you guys that are impatient out there, Gen Z. Well, the score I'm giving it is an 8.5 out of 10. There you go. So if you're here just for the score, that's what it is. But if you want to know all the positives and the negatives, I'm going to go over everything about this monitor to tell you why it got an 8.5 out of 10. So first off, the specifications. If you don't know about ROG's PG34WCDM, is that it is a 3440 by 1440 display. It is not full 4K, it is a 2K resolution display. It is a 34-inch monitor, so it is an ultra wide, so it goes by the ratio of 21:9. The contrast ratio is 1.5 million out of 1. Its color accuracy for DCI-P3 is up to 99%, and the sRGBs are as high as 130%. It is a 240 Hz display, so it can go up to refresh rates of up to 240 Hz, very low latency of 0.001 milliseconds, so you do not miss any type of action while gaming. The specifications, as you see, I share right here. It's one of the lighter monitors out there because of the technology it is. It is a OLED monitor, so it is more lighter than a lot of LED monitors out there. It does have other different features about this monitor that I would like to share with you, fanbam, that would love to know what it has. Because of its OLED display, it does have a built-in heatsink. It is so silent, you don't really hear the heatsink in the background when using this monitor. It is also a third generation OLED, so it has 30% more brightness compared to its prior generation models, and the HDR is improved. It just excites me to share with you guys about it, but there is also one major issue that I gotta share with you guys. Well, it's not really a major issue, but it is something that I do want to bring up, and that's going to be towards the negative side later on this video. I gotta share with you guys what type of inputs this monitor does have. It does have an optical port, it has two HDMI 2.1 ports, and it has a DisplayPort 1.4. It also has a USB-C port that goes up to 90 watts of power. You heard me right. Up to 90 watts of power. So on the plus side, if you have a ASUS ROG Ally, especially for those dads out there who has children and wants to game on something that's separate from the TV, this monitor is a good option because you can hook up your ASUS ROG Ally and be able to charge it and be able to play your games at the same time. No kidding, it is that good. You don't even need an extra dongle, all you need is the USB-C cable that they provide you. ASUS also gives you a pouch full of cables. They give you DisplayPort cables, they give you HDMI cables, they give you USB-C cables, they give you a USB-A to USB-B cable as well. They give you a lot of the required wires that you need in order to hook up your monitor, and plus they give you a really nice pouch with this monitor. Another thing about this monitor is that it does have RGBs in the back of the monitor if you take a look at it, and it is easily adjustable. It has Aura RGBs. You can sync it with our Armory Crate, or you can just set it to how you would like it. It also has a projection film on the bottom of the monitor if you choose to use the stand, so you can change different looks, and you can even create your own look if you so choose to. Now, if you go into the menu side of the ASUS ROG 34-inch beast, you can take a look that it has a Game Plus feature where it gives you options where you could use stopwatch. It even has crosshairs, it has sniper mode, it has a night vision mode. This monitor is incredible when it comes for gaming. And when you go into game visuals, you can also use a racing mode, FPS mode. They even have scenery mode. They have so many different modes that you can choose to customize your different colors. And you can even get different software for this monitor in order to adjust how you would like your colors to exactly be. This monitor also features variable refresh rate, so if you have a NVIDIA graphics card, or if you have an AMD graphics card and you want to use FreeSync, you can absolutely use it to its full advantage. And when I use the VRR So far, I did not see any ghosting or any screen tearing. It also has blue light protection if you so want to use it. It has power saving mode, and it also has a shadow boost, which is super useful if you want to use it for games such as Counter-Strike, Battlefield, or you want to use it in Call of Duty, because you can catch any of those nasty campers that like to hide in the shadows. It does have KVM mode. So if you have a laptop and a desktop, or you have two desktops, you could transfer two different files between both desktops and use the same keyboard and mouse. It also features picture-in-picture mode, so you're able to easily switch over to different programs if you want to, and it's easy to transfer files using the USB 3.2 port that is on top of the monitor. The other features that it does have, because it is a OLED monitor, it does have pixel cleaning. It has a screensaver mode where it prevents any stuck pixels, and it includes a full 3-year warranty with this ASUS monitor, including burn-in, because a lot of people get scared of OLED because of that, but don't worry, because of this 3rd generation, ASUS backs it up to 3 years just in case if the monitor does burn in. Now, let's talk a little bit more about the display, because you care more about how well this display performs. And I gotta tell you, it is immaculate. When you are playing games such as Cyberpunk 2077, or you're playing Helldivers 2, or you're playing Pal World, or any type of genre of game, the colors are just amazing. The blacks are just pitch black to the point where it looks like the monitor is completely off, and it's no kidding. When it comes to color accuracy, when you see the sunrises and the sunsets in-game, it is quite beautiful. And when you are using it for entertainment use, it is excellent. You almost forget what 4K looks like because it looks that good, especially when it comes to the scenery. It almost pops out to the naked eye. Besides the whole beautiful visuals that this monitor does really push out, you gotta take a look how clear the text clarity is. So if you're a programmer, or even if you want to use this monitor for productivity use, it is excellent for that because it brings out colors that you don't really see on a typical LED monitor. The OLED monitor really brings up your game to a whole nother level and brings up your productivity to another level. There's so many positives you're probably hearing. You're probably thinking exactly what are the negative sides. I gotta say, for the smaller negative sides, which isn't so big in my personal opinion, is the whole projection light. If you hook up this monitor to a monitor arm, just like I currently do for my desk, it does not provide the projection light, or you get that really cool swift look on the back of the monitor mount that it does come with. It's not really a big deal, so if you don't really care for that, I didn't either. I didn't really take away points for that. Also, the pricing is a little bit higher. It's at $1,299.99 USD for this monitor, but there is value to that. For those who want to compare it to Dell's Alienware's 34-inch OLED monitor, I perfectly understand that because it is under $1,000. You can pick it up for about $800, I believe, currently. But there is some negatives when it comes to the Dell's OLED, which is only 165 hertz versus 240 hertz. You only have 1,000,000:1 contrast ratio compared to 1.5 million to 1 contrast ratio. It's also much brighter when it comes to the ASUS ROG PG34WCDM compared to Dell's Alienware's OLED, and it is much heavier. You have 20 pounds. Sure, it might have ASUS's tax stamp on there, as we all like to say. To me personally, it really doesn't take away from how well this monitor is built. Also, I do have to mention out there for everybody that this video, I did purchase this monitor personally. I did not receive it from ASUS. I had to purchase it from my own hard-earned money. So it is not a sponsored video. Don't worry. This is a perfectly honest review because I'm going to get to the point where you're going to say, wow, because I'm just about to get to the negative sides about this monitor. And what I find that's really negative to me is that ASUS really shipped out this monitor in a bad way. And what I mean is they kind of shipped it out and didn't really go through the whole QC method or quality control when it came to the monitor, because there is an issue with HDR. Yes, there is an issue with HDR. I've actually reached out to ASUS about the issue. It's not a large issue because I'm going to explain exactly what the problem is. Now when you use this monitor in HDR mode, you can see exactly how washed out the picture looks. It gives you this nasty overexposed look, and it gives you too much sharpness on a lot of the lettering where it looks like white pixelated dots when you see the text, or when you're gaming you get a nasty overexposed look when you are either firing your weapons on Call of Duty or you're playing Cyberpunk. It looks really weird and really taggy to where you don't run and really use the HDR. It's so bad to the point where everything looks white and purple in it. I brought up that I do have the firmware MCM101. That is the current firmware that my ASUS monitor is on. Currently, they said that they do not have any updates. The reason why I believe this is more of a bug than anything is because I found out once you go to the menu options, you go down to HDR settings, and you go to brightness adjustment, you're going to notice that once you go to the brightness side of the monitor, it's only at 90%. Sure, that might not really be an issue, but here's the weird part. Once you put it on 100% brightness, all the weird bugs of the HDR just magically goes away. Then you realize how beautiful worlds are. I mean, just take a look at the beauty of Cyberpunk 2077. Look how beautiful Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 even looks. It's so stunning and astonishing. I can't believe they let this go like that. It could be almost a perfect monitor if it wasn't for that. Take a look at even HDR mode when you're on YouTube. Look how real this red panda looks like. It's amazing. You can see the hair sticks up and you almost forget that 4K exists, but yet it does. Sure, you could get the 32-inch 4K monitor, but I'm curious myself, as I don't have the monitor in my hands. I'm curious if the OLED 32-inch monitor that is 4K has the same HDR bug. If you manage to get your hands on that monitor, feel free and put it down in the comments down below, because I would love to know if you experience the same HDR issue. And if you want to go into HDR mode to see, Windows Alt B, and that will take you into HDR mode. So it has nothing to do with the Windows weird HDR colors. It has everything to do with this weird little nasty bug. I let ASUS know about this bug, and currently I am waiting. They wanted me to send back the monitor to them to see exactly what they could do with it, but I'd rather wait, because more than likely an updated firmware will fix this issue. As soon as I get more information about that, I will share it with you guys. So FanBam guys, it is a 8.5 out of 10 after looking over everything. As I mentioned, after reviewing it for a month, it is excellent. I still love this monitor, every bit of it, and that is just a small takeaway which gave it a 8.5 score. I hope you found this content very useful. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you know anybody else who is looking for a decent OLED ultrawide, please share this video with them. And also, if you're interested in this monitor, I do have it in the description box down below. Also, if you're not part of the big one of FanBam, make sure you go down and hit the subscribe button for more, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. And also, if you are not following my X handle right here, make sure you follow my TikTok and IG as well, as it is the same as my X handle. That's where I post a lot of my new updates, so make sure to stay tuned with that. So what are your thoughts of ASUS's PG34WCDM? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Chris Mizo, signing out.